And I do have something to say about the Flames here. That what's the point of having cap space?
Go ahead, Ryan.
What's the point of having cap space? I don't want to. Like, you don't get to use it next year.
Terrible mismanagement, in my opinion. And I don't.
You couldn't take on one bad contract. You couldn't eat money on one deal.
Something.
Go get some free picks.
Because
it's just money.
Because anyone you're helping is not in your caliber of competition.
No.
You're not helping Vancouver or St. Louis.
No, you're helping Tampa and Florida and Dallas, like Colorado.
Give me a second.
Like, what was the point of saving $20 million in the cap? One person in the whole world gains from that. It's Murray Edwards. Good for you. But you could have turned that cap space into something that helped the team win in the future. They completely missed the boat on that. And I know Connie was open to it. And it sounded like the owner was open to it. And maybe with the cap growing, we don't need teams to be banks as much anymore. But it just feels like a huge missed opportunity when you've got $20 million bucks.
You're telling me there's not teams out there that
couldn't get rid of a bad contract?
Because the Blackhawks did, right? Like the Blackhawks brokered.
Yeah, they brokered the Rantanen deal. We saw New Jersey broker a deal. They're a team that's considered a contender.
And you might think, like, there was criticism of the Blackhawks for why would you do this? You didn't get enough in return. At least you got something. At least you got, right?
Yeah.
Like, you should have got a first.
Oh, you should have got more. No, we got a pick we didn't have, and it was just money. Yeah.
I wondered, too, if there was going to be a spot, not to the extent of, like, Wallman with Detroit.
Right.
Or even Gostisbehere. But could you find a way, I'm going to give you cap relief, and then in your office, you're like, it's a player we could actually use.
He's better than Niramanov.
We're getting a pick along with it.
We'll get a third.
This is a little bit of a win-win for us.
But. And it's not a huge critique because at the end of the day, if you have one more third rounder, you basically have a third of a hockey player. Like, but at the same time, it's like, why not at least take the swing? Like, get yourself a lottery ticket. Someone's got to win that thing. And they have been a good draft and develop team. I loved their draft class last year. And
they've been a good draft and development team, maybe. I'm not sold on it yet.
No,
and you have the opportunity to prove that you are good at it.
And I think they do love their class last year. So get some more bullets and show you can do this more than once.
If you are good at it, then you should be real aggressive in trying to do more of it.
And, sniffing around, it sounds like when a team wants to retain money, it's not like, hey, 32 GM chat, I'm looking for $4 million retention. Like when Tampa needed retention, where did they go? Detroit. Guess who used to work at Tampa? Stevie Y. I get it. You call your buddy. You call someone you trust. You don't want the deal leaked. Maybe this is part of Conroy being in his second year, and it takes a while to gain people's trust because you can get retention anywhere. It's a pretty simple formula for what things are worth when you're in the league. You just look and say, okay, it should be about this. But that's something I'd hoped they could do this year, and they haven't. It's too late now.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, nothing at all. You didn't sell, you didn't buy, you didn't finance.
You didn't find a home for Niramanov. You didn't upgrade on Hanley. Yeah. So, which is fine. I mean, I get the on the ice thing. This is the group that got you here. And if help was going to be too expensive, what you can sell in that room is this is the group no one believes in. This is the group right here that's proved everyone wrong.
Yeah.
And in fairness, less than a month ago, they made the trade that they did,
which is a trade they'd make again.
Still, he's saying is
20. What is it? $20 million bucks.
I'm fine with it. I understand the position they're in and the approach they're taking, but you left $20 million of cap space on the table and didn't maximize.
You could have turned
any value of it.
Yeah. And they have 2 open retention spots this year that they're not going to use. They were holding on Markstrom.
You might not have
been
getting anything huge in return, but fuck it, take the third.
Take the fourth.
Is some of that maybe tied to increasing cap moving forward?
I think so. There wasn't as much retention at all. And if you're going to give me a team that's capped out an extra $9 million next year, it's like, oh, I can make this work. I don't need you to make this thing disappear anymore. I can, or it's going to cost way less.
Yeah.
You're less. I used to give a second for this, but now I'll give you a fourth. Everyone's got cap space. Cap space ain't a commodity anymore. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.